What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We got a lot to talk about. We got some Bat news. It's been confirmed that the Batman Part 2, which is set to come out in 2025, is going to feature Hush as the main villain. There was also some talk about Robin being in this movie as well, but let's talk about Hush for a second. In the 2022 film, there was a few Easter eggs that referenced the character, and even Riddler's story arc was heavily inspired by Hush's character from the comics. Matt Reeves has stated that Hush is a really interesting character he'd like to incorporate into this universe. And to be fair, we've never, in my opinion, seen a portrayal of Hush in live action that did justice to the character in the comics. He did make a CW appearance, and the best adaptation besides the comics, in my opinion, was the animated movie Batman Hush that featured Hush as the main villain in the New 52 DC movie universe. Hush is a character from Bruce Wayne's past created by Jeff Loeb and Jim Lee, and he was the center antagonist in the 12-issue storyline Batman Hush. His real name is Tommy Elliott. He's a world-renowned surgeon, and he was Bruce Wayne's best friend as a kid. What I love about this book is, aside from the beautiful artwork, we get a deep glance into Bruce Wayne's childhood before his parents were murdered. Him and Thomas were inseparable as kids, practically brothers. Hush also got an adaptation in the video games, Batman Arkham City and Batman Arkham Knight, as the identity thief. He was killing people and cutting their faces off, taking pieces to make himself look more like Bruce Wayne.
It took time, of course, to find the perfect donors, to graft on the flesh, and finally to lose myself in order to create this. 6 people died. Unfortunate, but necessary to complete my plan. Why would you believe good old-fashioned revenge?
His side missions in both games were really fun to me. I love the detective aspect from Arkham City, finding the clues, figuring out a murder, and then in Arkham Knight, it's just like blunt force. We just coming after him. I love how in Batman Arkham Knight, Batman goes to Wayne Tower, and when you get in, the elevator door closes, and then when it opens back up, you think you playing as Bruce Wayne. I genuinely, like, when you first play this, you literally think you playing as Bruce Wayne. It's like, do he got some sort of, what does he got in the elevator? That it's like his suit was filthy and he was dirty and battle damaged. Then he come out all clean, straighten it out this time. I was like, bro, this man is so slick. I love that part in Arkham Knight. Now, as far as Hush being in the Batman 2, being the main villain, I'm not as crazy about that as everybody else seemingly is. I do think that Matt Reeves can cook with these characters in the DC universe, but Hush, in the books, Hush orchestrated a massive event that saw Batman go up against most of his rogues gallery. We got some awesome scenes, and other DC characters showed up as well, like the Huntress, Nightwing. Batman fought Superman in an issue. Superman, Lois Lane, Perry White. Bruce Wayne had to go to Metropolis. One of my favorite moments is when Bruce is in the cave with Nightwing, and he's going over everything that's been happening over the past few months, and he realizes it's all been part of a game orchestrated by Hush, reaching as high as Superman and as low as the Joker.
Hush knows Bruce Wayne is Batman.
To have Hush in a movie without Superman, without most of the rogues gallery, it feels like just a missed opportunity. This is a meal, and it's like we're only getting the appetizer. It seems like a bit of a letdown, because in the books, this was an already established Batman. He's already been doing this for years. He's already had all 3 Robins. We were on Tim Drake by the time we get there. Jason Todd was already dead. Oracle was already in the wheelchair. This was an already established Batman. He wasn't in the beginning of his crime-fighting career, and he's taking on a new threat that forces him to face his entire roster of already established villains. But with this movie, coming off the heels of the Batman Part 1, where we see that this is Bruce Wayne in only his second year as Batman, he's still learning and he's still growing. He has no sidekicks. He's never even met Superman. It seems like this is just a smaller scale murder mystery confined to Gotham City, much like how the first movie was. And the first movie was great, but this is Hush we're talking about. We won't see Batman fighting Superman. We won't see Lex Luthor or Talia al Ghul or Ra's al Ghul. The most we'll probably get is Catwoman again, like in the first movie, because this story was a love story between Bruce and Selina, in which he even revealed his identity to her. But that's just my opinion. You know, I was a little surprised when I heard the announcement. I was like, Hush? Really? It's kind of too early for that, isn't it? And another surprise was that they're gonna be giving us Robin, and he's actually going to be a kid. It's gonna be Dick Grayson, the first Robin. I was more excited about that because it's about time that we got an up-to-date live action Robin and the beginnings of the Bat family. The Bat family has never really been established in live action before. Not in the movies. Christian Bale's Dark Knight trilogy had John Blake, which, who? Ugh. And then in the Snyder universe, we know Ben Affleck's Batman had a Robin, but he was dead before we ever met him. The suit featured a bow staff, which is what Tim Drake used in the comics, but the fact that he's dead is a Jason Todd thing from the comics. But Zack Snyder confirmed that it was supposed to be Dick Grayson. Very, very confusing. I don't know what the hell was going on with that. It's about time that we get some consistency within the DC universe. And it's about time that we get Batman and Robin within the DC universe. It'll also be interesting to see a Matt Reeves version of Robin established in this universe. A much more grounded, darker universe that has Bruce Wayne literally going up against serial killers. That, I have no doubt that Matt Reeves is gonna do something special with that. But that's all for today, super friends. Let me know what you guys think about Hush being the main villain in Batman 2. There was also some talk about Clayface. And let me know what you think about Robin being introduced in these movies. And who's your favorite Robin? Let me know that down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.